and welcome to Digital Zone channel. My name is Iris and today we will look at a very useful tool for organic modeling that many beginners do not know about at all. The thing I will show you today is called proportional editing. We can find it on the workspace here under this dot in a circle icon, or we can use the keyboard shortcut letter O, which turns proportional editing on or off. This tool does a simple thing. Instead of moving only one selected point or object while modeling, it creates a kind of force field around the selection that also affects the surroundings, allowing us to modeling smoothly and dynamically. This tool works in both edit mode and object mode, and it does something different each time. Let's start with edit mode. Here, it affects only one object. A force field is created around the selected vertex, edge, or face. When the selected point is moved, the surroundings move too, allowing us to create, for example, a smooth bump or a natural hollow. The force field that forms around the selected point is called the radius. It's shown as a gray circle around the selection, which appears when we press the G key for grab, R for rotate, or S for scale. The size of the radius can be adjusted by opening the proportional editing option and changing the value in the proportional size field. We can also adjust the size of the radius using the mouse wheel while manipulating the object. If none of these are active, the mouse wheel will zoom the camera instead. If you do not see the gray circle around the selection, even when the correct tool is selected, it's probably because the current value is set too high, making the circle very large, or too low, making the circle tiny. When you change the size of the radius using the mouse wheel, its size is displayed on the top. If, for example, the size is set to 50 meters, you cannot see the gray circle because it is gigantic. Besides the size of the radius, we can also change the shape of the whole function, which is called the falloff. For example, when we move one selected vertex upwards, the other vertices within the radius also start to rise. However, not all of them rise at the same rate, and the further away a point is from the selected vertex, the smallest is movement. Falloff determines how this gradual weakening is applied and what shape the resulting model will have. It is essentially the shape of the attenuation. We have several options to choose from, each creating a completely different shape, although the first option, smooth, is probably used most often. The keyboard shortcut to quickly change the falloff is Shift-O. The other two options that we have not yet explained are connected only and projected from view. Connected only is one of the most used features in proportional editing. It determines whether the falloff, the gradual transition, affects everything within the circle or only the parts that are physically connected to the point we are moving. Projected from view change the way Blender interprets the gray circle that defines the radius. By default, Blender treats it as a 3D sphere, so the radius affects things besides above and below. If we enable projected from view, Blender treats the gray circle as a flat 2D shape, oriented according to what we see on the screen. It ignores depth and works only with the current viewing angle. These two options are available only in edit mode. But let's get back to the interesting part. We have already said that proportional editing works in both edit and object mode, and we have already explained edit mode. In object mode, we cannot just select a vertex, edge, or face. We work with whole objects. Proportional editing, therefore, affects not only the selected object, but also all objects within the radius. Imagine we have a large number of spheres in a row. We select the one in the middle and move it upwards. The other spheres move smoothly along with it if they are within the radius. This allows us to move a larger number of objects smoothly and naturally. Proportional editing is fundamental for organic modeling and changes the way we work with geometry. It is used, for example, for creating terrain or modeling faces. It allows you to model smoothly rather than point by point. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was proportional editing. If you found this tutorial helpful and learned something new, feel free to support me with a like, subscription, or comment. If you would like to support me financially, you can buy me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee page. Link in the description below. It's all for today, and I will see you next time in another tutorial.